Hi there. Can you save 1 million Kenya shillings without a high-paying job in Kenya? The short answer is yes, you can. Most people out here assume you can't, but you can save 1 million Kenya shillings without a high-paying job in Kenya. That is why in this video, I want to discuss with you a comprehensive plan on how you can go about it. By first of all, discussing what you need to do when you are starting, okay? Then secondly, what you need to do when you are accelerating your saving. And then the third thing, what you need to do to protect your saving by all means as you continue working towards achieving the 1 million target and even surpassing it. In case you are new here, you are all much welcome to my channel. My name is Afagza Sifuna. I am a finance expert and qualified accountant, bringing you amazing videos about making money and investing each and every day. In case these are the kind of topics which you like, down there is a button called subscribe. Click that button, consider subscribing to this channel, because when you subscribe, you'll be catching up on the videos I upload each and every day. And I'll still add it, drop a like on this video. Thank you for subscribing and also liking this video. And with that, let's look at the first part. What do you need to do when you are starting out? When you are starting out, let's say, for example, you want to save your first $250,000. Before that, you go to the second phase of accelerating. For your first $250,000, the first thing you need to do is to have a realistic saving target. Of course, remember, you don't have a very high-paying job. Maybe even you're earning 100K, 50K, 45K, you name it. Start with a realistic saving target. Your saving target needs to be anchored on a percentage. You can say, for example, you are aiming to save 10% or even 30% of your monthly earning. Start with a given percentage and then stick to it. The key is for you to develop that particular discipline to be able to start saving in a realistic way that first and foremost, you are not really pressurizing yourself a lot, but also you are sacrificing just a little bit to ensure you unlock the savings, okay? And then the second thing you need to do immediately is track every shilling which you spend for the first 30 days. And I'm saying so because saving is a habit and also identifying pockets which you can tap into for you to be able to accelerate your savings. Track how you are spending money. The first 30 days, you're going to realize there are some pockets out there where you're spending money on, which could be opportunities for you to save. Maybe you'll realize each and every day you spend 200 shillings frivolously. At the end of the month, that is 6K, which you could be saving, right? So track where each of your shilling is going for just 30 days. And then when you identify those particular pockets, which you are spending money on, which you shouldn't be spending, those are also candidates for you to add to your saving, which you are aiming to save each and every month, okay? And then the third thing you need to do when you embark on this journey of saving is to eliminate lifestyle inflation. Out here, for example, in case at the beginning of the year, maybe even your employer has given you an inflation adjustment of even 5%, you find someone changing houses. They move to an expensive rental house. You find someone changing their furniture in the house. You find someone changing where they go for lunch because they feel like they deserve better quality. Yes, you deserve quality, but also quality within the realm of affordability. In case you are inflating your lifestyle, that is the biggest eater into your ability to save, because it's going to mean each and every money you are working for, you are pushing it towards your expenses. So avoid inflating your lifestyle, okay? And then the fourth thing, which I also believe you need to do immediately, is that you need to build an emergency fund. Saving and emergency fund move in tandem. And I'm saying so because emergencies out here happen. In case you don't have an emergency fund, if an emergencies out here happen, for example, your vehicle requires repair. For example, someone you know has fallen sick and they need assistance in paying medical bills, okay? For example, you lose your job. You gotta tap into your savings if you don't have your emergency fund. That is why, first of all, build an emergency fund which can assist you at least survive for maybe 6 months and then ramp up your saving. Those are the foundational things you need to do, guys, for you to be able to start out. Having understood that, let's now look at the second part. What do you need to do for you to accelerate your savings, okay? The fifth tip for you when it comes to you accelerating your savings is you need to increase your income, not just save a percentage of your salary. Yes, the reality in this case is that you're not having a very high paying job. So you need to increase your income. That's one of the best ways you can be able to scale up your savings. You could be saving 10% or 30% of your income. What if your income is 40K? 30% of 40K post-tax is under 10K, right? So you need to increase your income. Think about your unfair advantages. Think about the skills you can learn for you to be able to have side hustles or even part-time gigs. And then through that, you can even decide all the incomes you are getting through all these other engagements, you can push towards your savings. And then the seventh tip for you is that ensure you try to save every windfall. What do I mean? Out here, for example, organizations do pay bonuses. Those are windfalls. You need to ensure that you aim to push all the windfalls towards your saving. And I'm saying so because either way, without those windfalls, you are still surviving, even though you could argue you are struggling. You are still surviving. If you purpose to save 1 million Kenyan shillings and you are very intentional, you want to get it, all the monies you get through windfalls, push towards saving. And then the other thing you need to do is you need to invest instead of just savings. Guys, simple as that. Saving protects your money, investing grows it. So instead of just saying you are embarking on savings, look at options where you can put this money for it to maybe to get an interest, for it to maybe to get a dividend, because that's also part of you investing while you are also working towards your saving goal. Don't just say you are having money idle because you are saving. Push it to MMFs, right? Push it maybe to fixed income, kind of like endeavors, maybe like treasury bills, you name it. Through investing while you are also saving in the same time, you're going to be able to gain on this money because you're going to get an interest or even a yield. And then the eighth thing which you need to do is that you need to automate your savings. It is easy to argue out here that you're going to start saving. But remember I said saving is a habit. It is important for you to automate this particular habit. Most when you are starting out and you are ramping up your savings, automate your savings. Don't just rely on your memory. Have standing orders in your account, okay? When a salary hits your account, the predetermined percentage is pushed to another account, which is your savings account, or even an investment out there, which you're going to look at to utilize to grow your money. Having understood that, let's move to the third phase. What do you need to do for you to protect your millions or the monies which you are saving? Two things, okay? Avoid bad debt and continue reviewing your progress regularly. Guys, bad debts are what eats into people's efforts out here. Simply put, if you want, for example, to borrow for you to consume, that is bad debt, right? You can only borrow if that particular borrowing is going to assist you increase your income. But if you are borrowing to bolster your lifestyle, you are borrowing to impress people out here, that is a bad debt which you are getting into. So avoid bad debt because bad debts are going to eat into your saving. And then the second thing, you need to review your progress regularly. And I'm saying so because you cannot manage what you can't measure. Have a standing way of reviewing your progress. Whether it is quarterly, monthly, bi-weekly, you have a way of reviewing your progress because through that you're going to be able to really reflect on how you are faring and most importantly, establish more accountability measures to assist you continue sticking towards your plan of saving millions. Guys, these are actionable things you can do for you to be able to save your first million regardless the amount of money you are earning. I hope you've gotten a thing or two from this particular video. Have you been wishing to save but you have been postponing? If you have, start today because it is a good thing to do when it comes to you becoming financially free and protecting yourself. Cheers guys, catch up in the next video.